Things really broke down for me when I was about 15, I think, and when I was like, the hormones were kicking in. I was starting to sort of analyze things within my family. And well, I've been diagnosed agoraphobic, and from a diagnostic point of view, agoraphobia, I've heard it described as fear of being in a place with a lot of people, or I guess the root word is from the Greek market, agora, or something like that. And it's very frustrating. It interferes with my life a lot. There's a lot of things that I want to do, social functions, traveling. I'd like to go to school. School seems just completely overwhelming for me right now. Even just like when I'm going, to the supermarket and I see somebody I know, I'm just like, oh no, that means I'll have to sit and talk to this person for a certain amount of time. I can't just turn around and run away. So even just like 15 seconds of conversation, knowing that I have to do that, it can make me just have this anxiety attack. First of all, my heart would start speeding up, and I'd start hyperventilating. Like the bodily symptoms are like shaking, can't feel my hands. Like it's just it's terror. And if there was some sort of thing that I was afraid of, like a bear or something, it would be different. It would be a natural terror. I would run. But with the panic attacks, it's this unnameable, like unknown fear. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm afraid of having panic attacks in public. I'm afraid of people thinking I'm out of control, and I'm afraid of becoming out of control. I might have to just go running out of the line and leave my groceries there, and people stare after me and be like, why did she just leave her groceries here? Sometimes when I get really nauseous, I'm afraid I'm going to get sick, like I'm going to throw up or something there, or worse, like I'll have to go to the bathroom, or just all these things that seem to me just so socially unacceptable that I couldn't even like deal with like the humiliation. So sometimes I'll just avoid it altogether. It's just the fact in my brain that I hold these things, and these things have like never happened. Like I never have gotten sick in public, and but I just have this huge fear of it. It's like almost like my brain will create something that's like the most socially unacceptable thing that could happen in that situation, and it worries about it. It's like I mean, the only way I can really talk about this stuff is if I talk about my brain as like different things or different parts. Because if I say me, it just doesn't ring true. It's like, no, I wouldn't do that. Like I don't want to be afraid of all these things or whatever. But so it's like my brain conjures up the worst possible scenario, and then I have to work down from that by making sure that doesn't happen. So yeah, it's really hard to get to know people, like especially on like a romantic basis, or like even just like a friends basis. Lots of times, like I had a crush on somebody about a year ago after I had just lost my job, and I was in this horrible place, like mentally, like I was just so distressed and stuff, and then had this crush on this person, and then whenever I'd see this person, instead of being like, oh yeah, there's that person, it was just like freak out. It was like, I need to turn around and run away. I don't know, it's really hard. It's, right now for me, I don't know, it's real hard to think about that kind of thing. Because it just makes me sad, because there's been points in my life where I have been able to do those things without thinking twice. Just, yeah, let's go out to eat, or let's go to a movie, or let's go to the park or something, and those things are just pretty hard at this point in my life.